Hello everybody, my name is Merc and I'm back with more Elden Ring. We are still in Lake Liurnia. We are actually close to the Wandering Mausoleum, as you may be able to tell with the bell ringing in the distance. I actually cleared out this area a little bit. You may remember there's a lot of headless soldiers here. I slain quite a few, and I actually got a new armor piece. It looks very similar to the Tree and Beast surcoat, but it has a different tabard. Pretty similar stats, exact same weight. Armor worn by headless soldiers who endlessly guard the Wandering Mausoleum. The surcoat depicts the Mausoleum Bell, which rings in constant mourning for the soulless demigods. Kind of funny, the design on the tabard there. Up top you can see the building, but then below the belt you see a bell ringing. I don't know if they designed that one intentionally or not. So yeah, I destroyed most of the headless around here. There is just this crew left. I figured let's leave this one alive and kill them on camera, because they have the elite unit here. Definitely has a headdress, even though there's no head. There's also a unique shield, a cape, and maybe a unique sword as well. Actually got into a bit of altercation with the main unit. I was standing on, I think it was that rock over there, as I was texting someone, and it ran up to me and tried to murder me, hence why my HP is a little low. But yeah, let's see how this encounter goes. 3 normal headless and a special one. Special one didn't seem to do anything too crazy to start, but they do teleport, so you need to worry about that. And he's got quite the great sword. He can actually block my colossal greatsword, so that's not the best for my situation. Alright, now it's just a one-on-one battle. Okay. Doing charge forward stamp sweep. Okay, we did stagger it, which is good. We were in a precarious position there. I went for the gutsy jump attack heavy, and it worked out. Are you just gonna linger? This one doesn't disappear. It's odd. I guess we can examine the headdress a little bit more. It appears to be like bolted onto the back of their shoulders. That's odd. So yeah, now I think that means that this mausoleum section is rather empty, and I think I came to the conclusion that we need to go jump up there on our own. We cannot destroy the legs like we did with the last Wandering Mausoleum. I played quite a bit more at the other day. It was after the last episode I recorded. I wanted to check out more of the swamp, and by check out more of the swamp, I just wanted to make sure that we didn't miss anything in this northeastern section and along the eastern seawall here. I kind of indicated with these little people icons where I have not been on the map, so we'll probably go there later. We do appear to be rather close to this mausoleum now. I am seeing some blood stains on that gravestone below, indicating that people are trying to jump from there, and perhaps missing. Trying to figure out if I want to... Seems like it's maybe moving away. Or maybe it's just like got like a bit of an idle animation here. I don't know if I want to land on the roof or not. Seems like that might be a good idea. At the same time, okay, I wasn't sure. It is still wandering, this mausoleum, so let's not fall off of it by accident. Where was that door at? Oh, was that it below us? Doesn't seem like it. Can we even... We can kind of jump over these little pillars. It does seem like the door is directly below us, so I'm gonna fall right here. Oh, and we found the skulls. I imagine the door does not open. This door does not open. Hopefully all the skulls are down here, because I did not think to look for them while we were above. And hopefully, when we destroy all of these horrid-looking faces, these barnacles, when the Wandering Mausoleum collapses, hopefully it won't damage us in the process. This seems less safe. Let's wrap around the other way. Kind of decided to take on this mausoleum by accident. It seems we are collapsing. Oh, there's a bunch of... Okay. Pushed us off. That's fine, though, because our staircase is right here. I was gonna say, there's a lot more, barnacles, as I was calling them. Perhaps these are, like, parasitic creatures. Oh, we can't even destroy them anymore? That's odd. I'm not quite sure why, the mausoleum would collapse after we destroy all the skulls up top. Like, it kind of made sense when you destroyed all the skulls on its legs. Perhaps they were holding up some sort of support. The death energy was harnessed by the mausoleum so it could wander. But I guess we destroyed enough to make it collapse. Let's go see what's inside. I imagine, as I was kind of alluding to earlier, I know exactly what's inside. It's going to be another corpse on a tomb. And it's going to be another opportunity to have another remembrance, duplicate a remembrance. Now, to me, duplication implies that the original is still in effect, and we use the original soul of the grafted, or rather the remembrance of the grafted, to create a great sword that we can't necessarily use. Or was it maybe a great axe? It was a great weapon of some sort. It required like 20 dex or something like that, so we can't necessarily use that. There was another option as to what we could have done with the remembrance there. It was either a spell or a shield or something that I decided not to take. The only reason why I'm not using it is because I don't know how many mausoleums there are, and I don't know how many remembrances there will be. So we don't necessarily need to use it just yet. We just need to remember that the mausoleum is indeed here. Kind of want to move the house icon a little bit. Excuse me. Alright. So yeah, we can always come back here at a later date. Seems like the mausoleum has collapsed for good. And now that I was thinking about it, I believe if we go back to the other mausoleum, those headless soldiers do not respawn. They seem to stay dead after the mausoleum collapses. Which is unfortunate since we didn't really get anything out of that elite headless unit. Hopefully it doesn't drop anything cool, like its headdress or something, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna go back into the Rhea Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. We found it at the end of the last episode, and I decided, let's go see what's down here. It's been a while since we fought a boss. Mostly my decision not to fight a boss. We could easily go back to this area at nighttime. There's another Knight's Cavalry. There's also the Ever Jail by the Nomadic Merchant at the start of Liurnia that we could go have a look. I recognize this room layout because this is the room layout that we died to the pests in the Kaled Crystal Tunnel. Okay, so it takes 2 swipes to take out this normal walking crystal man with this grafted blade great sword. Let's see if we get a surprise jump attack in. Still 2 swipes. In fact, we're not doing a whole lot of damage to these men at all, so it might be time to take out the heavy battle hammer, which is only +6 compared to my heavy great axe. Let's do some science. Let's take out the heavy great axe first. And I guess we're gonna see what's in this chest. Surely it's gotta be something good. It's right in front of like a statue altar. Somber smithing stone too. That was this man's prized possession. He was watching guard for his whole life. Ooh, Somber Smithing Stone 3. Nice message. And by message, I mean hiding spot. I got mind flooded by reading the message at the same spot. It's kind of funny. You find a ×2 in a chest, but then if you look behind the statue, you find a ×3. And by ×3, I mean tier 3. all over the place with my vernacular. I can't say that it's one reason or another, it's just who I am. If you've watched my Mario speedrunning, I'm sure you understand. I'm a little absent-minded at times, which is funny considering I purposely put myself through playing difficult challenges while I talk over them. Now, we have quite a fall here. This is actually a rather large cave. I don't think we've seen any other cave nearly this size yet. Let's see how much damage this heavy battle axe does. Let's just do a jump attack. A jump heavy. About the same. Alright, let's pull out the heavy battle hammer. I want to make this battle hammer work, even though it's quite a bit weaker than everything else we got going, but these men are very, very weak to strike damage, it seems. I guess I can't get those stones up there. Yeah, it's gonna go a long way in this dungeon, so do we really want to go over there? There does appear to be an item and nothing else over there. Lots of blood stains. This... I almost thought about putting this heavy, battle hammer away into our storage box because I didn't expect it to ever outdamage my other weapons. So this location is a pretty good example of why you want multiple weapon types. Okay, this is going to be some tricky platforming for sure. Oh. Don't want to overshoot the jump. So far so good. Do we need a run jump here? I hope not. First off, running. Oh no. That's exactly what I wanted to see with that message and what I didn't want to see. Okay, we did it, we did it. I almost fell off right at the end getting that smithing stone. That would have been heartbreaking. Okay, we gotta do it again. We gotta do it again. We made it. What is this item? Somber Smithing Stone 3. If this was quite a while ago, I would have been very happy to find that, but at this point, it is what it is. Alright, so we did not die to the platforming challenge. I'm sure we'll slowly work our way down. And yeah, we will not be able to take this elevator just yet. I wonder if you could actually just follow your way down. Appears there's a message there. There is like a golden crater, and we've been seeing them at the end of these dungeons. I don't know if that signifies that perhaps some like a meteor crashed here or something. And if that signifies that that is indeed whatever that blue thing in the center is a boss, perhaps. Because, as I mentioned, every time we see that room, we are in a boss fight. There's always a gate in front of it. Open up that gate. Gold fog wall appears behind you. There is still that boss at the end of the Kaled crystal tunnels that we did not bother trying to kill. And we have not bothered since. Oh, that went much faster than I thought, and did way more damage than I expected. Just roll spamming for the life of me. I have a feeling when I jump down here I'm going to aggro everything else too. Not quite. We appear to be okay for the moment. Everyone else is mining. There's nothing up here, right? It appears that that is the case. Oh my, what is this man's weapons? He's running around with 2 cannonballs on his hands and he's punching everything. I gotta find that weapon. If it's strength scaling, there's a chance we'll use it. That's for sure. Smithing Stone 3. ×2. This is a good spot to get some Smithing Stone 3s. We are still using them. In fact, I think we need to use them on this battle hammer. Nice big whiff on my jump attack there. Got an elevator here. A ladder ahead. Thank you, thank you. That was a good message. I would never have noticed that ladder. What else we got going on here before we take that elevator? Does appear not a whole lot. Another caster here. They just pull stones out of their bag. And then we got a miner here. Golden rune 3. Another gem over here. Smithing stone. Okay. That might be it for this little room. I guess we're going to take the elevator down. And maybe by take the elevator down, I mean take this side path, because apparently there's a precious item down there. Let's do this. Send the elevator down, then we'll go chase it. What's going on around here? Seems like it's always clockwise every time you have to jump down these tunnels. And usually this is a dead end. It is not a dead end. Where are we going? Found a somber smithing stone. And a view of the place. Sneak down. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on. Couple men mining in the distance. You can hear the noise. Again, looking at that little golden spot down below. Couple foremen. The mages. Supervisors, making sure the other crystal men are mining. Try rolling or try jumping. We have safely descended to the bottom. I kind of want to send it back up. I doubt there's anything underneath because these elevators always are death pits, it seems. My suspicions were confirmed. I'm gonna pull the lever again just in case. Although I suppose the just in case idea should be leaving the elevator up just in case we die. Because I highly doubt we're gonna go back up there. Via walking anyway. Get some more cracked crystals, but they're not very valuable, excuse me. Bit of a hiccup. We don't even need to do jump attacks versus those men as long as they're unaware and we do a heavy attack. Okay, let's not aggro these gentlemen just yet. Because it appears we have to walk along this it's not a pillar. Support structure. Support beam, I guess. And by walk, I mean run. Out these men before they can start chucking stuff at us. Another elevator. Is this one that goes up? Does indeed go up. So we found our shortcut. So I guess we don't need to take that elevator that we sent back down ever again, necessarily. I did say this is quite a bit bigger of a mine, but at the same time, we're progressing through it rather quickly. Not too impressed with these little side dungeons now at this point in the game, when I've encountered many a catacombs, many a mines, many a cave. I don't know if they're as bad as Chalice dungeons just yet. Not sure I would go that far. But I'm not impressed with them, I'll say that much. I'm still relatively impressed with Elden Ring. Like, the scale is huge, of course, and the combat still feels great. The systems feel good so far. But I think I might prefer, like, traditional level design. Because I am a level design snob, if you will. I used to even design my own levels on pen and paper anyway. I feel like I have a good idea of what makes level designs cool and fun. If you're wondering what kind of levels, all sorts of random crap, but the big thing that I was really into for a while was making TF2 maps. I even learned how to make, what the hell that program was called. I even learned how to use it a little bit, but it never, you know, developed the full way. I wanted to make a pirate ship level and a whole pirate ship themed thing, but that never really happened. I did design a bunch of like random control maps and whatnot as well. I'm sure I have the paperwork somewhere. So enough about that. What do we have going on here? We have some automatons, some cuckoo knights as I was calling them, and they're pondering their orbs. Both of them. You got 2 chests as well. I don't know how to cancel out of this telescope without them aggroing. They didn't. They did not aggro. So if they follow the same rules as the other automatons, once they get hit once, they're gonna start acting crazy. And we're gonna have to do something about that. I almost feel like I should switch off this battle hammer and just confirm one of them to die as fast as possible, and then we can deal with the other one. I'm just having a look, see what's over here. The answer is everything else in the dungeon. So yeah, I don't really want to die here, but we're gonna give this a shot. This is the most scary situation we've encountered so far, in my opinion. Maybe we switch back. I put on the Erdtree Favor. Maybe we switch back to the Charge Talisman. If we can get a good charge attack in on this fool. And we did. What the heck? Where did you come from? And I just randomly stabbed through the doorway. It must have been like directly above and behind us. Okay, so they were just normal automatons. I got a little more worried than I should have been. But the worry was warranted because it was a trap. I imagine he was just hanging out up there somewhere, that archer that ambushed us. Crystal knife. Let's switch back to the Erdtree Favor. I just like having that on. I don't know why. More stamina, more HP. And let's check out this knife that we found. Knife made by sharpening hard crystal, not hand crystal. Signature weapon of glintstone miners. Uses a tool to extract glintstone from broken rock, and as such, a faint magic enwreaths the blade. Does do some magic damage, also scales with intellect a little bit. I can't even use it because I don't have the intellect to use it. You ever too dumb to use a knife? Don't answer that. I don't want the answer to that. I don't know if I can even answer that. I mean, like, I'm not the most... I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not dexterous, because I feel like I am. But I certainly don't have knife-wielding skills. I'm a very novice cook, to say the least. Okay, so these men are all mining, which to me usually means that they aren't going to react. There are 2 men examining stones, though. The one on our left below, and the one on our right over here. Let's check out this one on the right. It seems to be the play. And then this man below reacted. I feel like we must have... Okay, no, it's just a big man. It's just a big man. Okay, we should not have aggroed that one. Because there was a caster down the tunnel. Let's go deal with the caster now. One good jump heavy. Making quick work of these men. Feeling pretty good about how this is going down. Some poor soul got trapped in this room and died. With a greatsword. Shake my dang head. So far, this hasn't been too deadly of a mining mission. It's really just this... Oh, magic ahead. I guess that makes sense. Shatter Earth, a new spell, a new sorcery, in fact. Another type of glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Rhea Lucaria. So... The Rock Blaster, which we had before, I want to say, creates a massive magical shockwave. This does a magical shockwave, not massive, but allows for 1 follow-up attack. A Stone Digger sorcery used by glintstone miners of the Crystal Tunnel at the Academy. Use of this sorcery was a stigma that marked out failed scholars. It's cool. A little bit of lore there. It did make that makes sense to me, because any of the magicians or sorcerers we've encountered so far have not been using any of these glintstone spells, and these glintstone spells are actually pretty low intellect to use. I guess 21's decent. But yeah, I guess if you are resorting to using glintstone magic, then you're seen as lesser in the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Let's go see what else we got going on here. We gotta be nearing that golden section. Can we fall down again? Looks like we might be able to, actually. Do I want to fall down again? Let's do the same thing we did last time. Send the elevator, and then we'll chase it. Oh, I found myself on a weird... I was hanging out on top for a second. Just another somber smithing stone 3. We have quite a few of them now. Definitely can upgrade the next boss weapon we find to a very similar spot to our grafted blade greatsword, which is cool. Although I have a feeling any boss weapons we find for the next little bit will not be strength weapons, considering the 2 that we found have been very big strength weapons so far. Found ourselves at the boss fog wall, and I imagine we'll be in the room with the golden floor. Do we switch out the battle hammer? I think we keep it as is, just in case we're fighting another glintstone miner. It did seem like a blue figure was at the center of this golden room, so let's see if I was correct. A crystallian. Okay, so this is legit a crystallian. It's Beyblading. It's letting it rip. Okay, it sends it forward and back. It's got like some decently slow animations. I have a feeling it's really weak to strike damage. Whew. A little scary. It's still decently slow. I staggered it. I should just have done 2 full charge. I would have been dead. Like, no question. Maybe it's some question. This is a really easy fight. He says just before dying. Nope. I'm sure we'll encounter more of these fellows in future. Oh, let's just go for the critical strike damage since we staggered it again. Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing. Okay, that's cool. I'm okay with that. Didn't expect weak foe. Yeah, we'll definitely encounter more crystallians in the future. So, if you may remember the lore that I've read out in the past, crystallians are the source of sorcery, and they did appear sort of extraterrestrial, which is what I've been saying sorceries are from space, from some ancient aliens, if you will. Said to have been taught by the crystallians to mark the swearing of the old concord, and a concord is like what is a concord? What is it's like an agreement, or what's a covenant? That's the other word I was looking for. A covenant. That's used in Dark Souls all the dang time. Various covenants that you can join. So I guess that's that with that. Let's go read about this bell bearing, I suppose, before we hand it in and never see it again. I'm just looking at these random items that we have going around. It's funny that we only find like stone sword keys and 1 key so far. I guess this is technically a key as well. But it's just kind of interesting where if you go to Dark Souls 1, you will find endless amounts of keys and you have no idea what they do. Unless you know the game, of course. So, bell bearing of a miner who once dug for smithing stone. He allows you to buy smithing stone 1 and 2 and glintstone scrap, which is excellent because in my... I don't know if I could have looted the walls for more stones. Probably not. Hopefully not. But anyway, as I was saying, played a little bit prior to this episode, and I was looking for a place to buy some smithing stones, and you cannot. Not easily, which is funny because at one point I read the patch notes and it was like, oh yeah, I made it easier to buy smithing stones, and then I scoffed like, why would you need to make it easier? And then now I'm 50 hours in and I'm like, where do I buy smithing stone 1s? Because I don't want to farm them out. Anyway, I don't know why I talked to this man. He doesn't have anything for sale. Another thing I did is I went to the merchants and I marked off the merchants that don't have anything interesting to sell. I think this isolated merchant has like divine twigs, whatever they're called, sacrificial branches. But most of the other merchants, I bought out everything that they had, everything I was interested in, and then I took them off my map markers purely so I can make the map a little easier, tell what's going on. So we don't need to go hand in that bell bearing right now. I guess we're gonna go explore Lake Liurnia a little bit more. So my plan is... Oh, we're in battle. Oh, I got a two-handed sword. Okay. Oh, not okay. Not okay. Alright. So, the plan... We've already explored this bottom right corner. That's where the Stillwater Cave was. We went along this eastern coast, except to here. We did not check there. I believe... Yeah, we got diverged when we came along this eastern side, went to these ruins, found Hyetta, and then we continued northward from there, and then Hyetta is now over here. So yeah, we're gonna go northwest through this marshy swampland and see what we've been missing. I, like I've been saying, played quite a bit more, just checking out the swamp. I killed a lot of the prawns, the giant creatures, which I think I might be able to see one in the distance, scuttling about. A little bit of getting practice, a little bit of just me wanting to clear out the area for fun. I did die to a giant prawn, which is kind of why I brought it up. I don't know if anyone's really caring about how many times I die, but if you are, then know that you missed me dying to a prawn. It wasn't even like I just got greedy, is all it is. I'm sure you can understand. I was like, yeah, I got my big sword and I'm killing them in 3 hits. And then it killed me in 3 hits. Usually how it works. I explored a little bit of this area as well. And I mean, a very little bit. Mostly just killed a few of those 4-armed swamp dwellers. And it got to this part where they started ringing bells. And then I decided I don't want to deal with any of this. Because they do be ringing bells now. Instead of just lunging at you. It seems like the more dressed up they are, the more sense they may have, I guess. The ones without cloaks are the ones who try to melee you. Whereas these ones with the cloaks just ring bells as far as I can tell. I'm sure they have a melee attack in there in their moveset somewhere. Got the Spirit Spring to our left. Maybe we'll go to the Everjail. Maybe we won't. In this episode anyway. I would like to clear out this southern section of the swamp. And if that includes that ledge up there, then so be it. So mote it be. So there is a skeletal rider over there. A Dread Knight. They're not really knights. They just have an undead horse. Probably nothing over there. Again, we've explored the eastern coast of the swamp. So let's continue rummaging through these ruins. Okay, I did not expect that leap to be an attack, which... shame on me, I guess. Those horse riders appear to be a bit more difficult to kill. Not just because they aren't slunched over like these men where I can just run up and hit them, but they seem to sort of run away from you a little bit and try to harass you with various maneuvers, do hit and run tactics. So I don't think we've explored north of this Spirit Spring along the wall here. So I'm gonna kinda zigzag my way back in and out of the swamp along the wall, I guess. You don't really need many materials. We could We should keep our eye out for more crystal buds, even though we're not really using them. They are a resource we have not been finding a lot of, particularly because you can only find them in this swamp. It seems, anyway, so far. There might be like an official farm spot. Maybe not official, the word I'm looking for there. But for all we know, or for all I know, the developers put in a spot to find them really easily, so you can, if you need a bunch, you can grab a handful. There does seem to be a number of locations like that for other items, other materials. So there's a site of grace right here, and a blue item. We'll go touch that in a moment. I just want to explore the rest of this forested area. Okay, so that ruin up ahead is actually just on the coastline, so we don't need to check that out. Not gonna die to these three men. Not gonna let it happen anyway. They're pretty fast on their bell casts. It looks like it was trying to do a melee attack there, maybe. Might be it for this little area. Some mushrooms in the distance. Can we get more butter or fireflies out of this? Doesn't look like it. One thing I was doing, because I really did just explore along this whole eastern coast except for this little part. I was going up and down killing all the prawns and like so many other enemies. When I came back, some of the prawns respawned. I was very unhappy with that, because in case it hasn't been entirely obvious, I like clearing out areas, even if it's only temporary, right? Because anytime you sit down, everything respawns. But I kind of like having, like, for when I cleared out Stormvale, I kind of just walked around and like had, you know, a little bit of leisurely time to explore the castle with everything dead, and I like that. I like doing exploration. I also like killing stuff, you know, but preferably I like killing stuff and it staying dead. That's not really how this game works, though. Got a Glintstone Craftsman Cookbook 2. See what that contains recipes for. Freezing grease. Let's definitely check that out, because we've not encountered any frost items yet. It requires rimed crystal bud, which is widely found in cold regions, which we might not find for a while. There's got to be some snowy sections, but not that we've seen. Solidified grease made from a mixture of frozen materials coats armament, inflicting frost. That could be useful for sure. Not at the present moment, though. Alright, so hit the site of grace. Don't quite know where we should go from here. I guess we're just going southwestish. This one appears to have seen me. Don't know if they have pretty good sight lines. Oh, there's a whole bunch of, what do they call them? I got a soul of them, or an ash. Land squirts. Trying to think if there's anything else we should be summoning that we've not summoned yet. I don't think we actually have summoned the Skeletal Bandit. We don't need to, I was just looking. So it's that and the land squirts is what we should summon next. Next time we find ourselves with the opportunity. Continually doing my jump attacks. Let's go deal with this one on top of this rock before he starts ringing his bell too many times. Okay. That's that. Where's the site of grace from here? It's east of us. It's along that wall over there, so we have not checked out this building. Laskiar Ruins. Oh right, I accidentally discovered this on my own time. But it didn't seem like there was a whole lot going on over here. There is a sending gate in that veranda. My favorite. Sending gates are weird because they give you glimpses, or rather in this case, there was a sending gate that sent us straight to the other map. So it revealed a whole lot for us. Almost wonder how it would feel to play this game without using Ascending Gate ever. How would it feel to play this game without using your horse? That's a question. Oh, we found a crystal bud. Yeah, those are some questions that I have, because when I play Souls games, I tend to, especially on later playthroughs, I tend to limit myself. Like, we're not really using shields right now. I don't think we've ever blocked with the shield. Well, we might have once or twice just for giggles, but we're not blocking. We're not summoning for bosses, at least yet. I don't know, I've heard some horrible things. I should not have tried to kill that firefly. And by firefly, I mean dragonfly. But yeah, as I was getting at, I like making things a little bit more difficult for myself. He says as he runs around with a sword that one-shots everything. But yeah, the idea of doing like a horseless playthrough sounds silly, to say the least. Let's take out these small ones before the Ghost Rider sees us. I don't know what this dust does. I'm just like huffing it now. This dragonfly is still fighting us. It did its drive-by. Okay, dragonfly, I need you to stop. Like, for real. Oh my god. Bad damage. Okay, let's kill it dead, kill it dead. Alright, where's this dragonfly? Seriously. He must have flew off or something. Okay, let's drink up. Tend to our wounds after that nonsense. Before we go back to the Lascar ruins, let's see what's going on over here. So I marked off that little section. I think what I marked off was a horrible section of land squirts, and now that I think about it, we totally ignored the other land squirts. Can't believe that just happened. I basically snuck up on that rider. He was unprepared. What's with these bells? They're like, we have our own bells, and they summon allies to help us. But these bells are just summoning, like... I don't even know. They kind of remind me of the humanity creatures in the Dark Souls 1 DLC. Just the particle effect, mostly. They, there's been a few other things that cast similar effects we've noticed, or I've noticed. It's, like a gold... It's like got a black center, but a gold fringe particle effect around it. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that type of magic just yet. I don't think we have a real answer to how that is supposed to work. So, dealing with these land squirts here is going to be a bit of an issue. We don't have a extremely easy way of taking them out. Just doing my hit and run drive-by with the heavy attack is the closest thing we got. I mean, hitting them and killing them in 2 hits basically is pretty good for sure. We're trapped. We're trapped. I did not realize these two were both alive. Not anymore. Man, that was weird. It poisoned us and it took out like a lot of damage initially. I wonder if that's a function of the land squirt, or maybe I'm unsure as to how that interaction actually worked. You can also just get off the horse and attack them twice, I guess. Is there really nothing over here? Oh, okay, 1 item. I think stone 2. Why is it always dregs? No question, or no doubt, I guess. One thing I noticed on my own time, I don't know how much this is going to be useful, if at all. You can, like, do jump heavy combos. They're not, it's not real combo for sure, but I almost wonder how deadly it would be in PvP for someone who's not expecting it. The addition of a jump button adds a whole, like, layer of complexity to the combat. Especially because in previous Souls games, they were pretty good with hitboxes, assuming the lag wasn't horrendous. But I'm thinking, like, maybe you can jump over swipe attacks that people are doing. You know, if you're jumping a lot, people might not expect it. Or who knows, maybe because I'm already like 2 months into this game, maybe the meta is already solidified and people know that jump attacks are useless slash amazing, whatever they may be. In any normal Souls game, I would have definitely have beaten this game by now, like no-lifing it. No-lifing it as much as I can with a full-time job. And then I would be doing a lot of PvP. That's what happened in 1, 2, and 3. Bloodborne is the rare exception to that, where I played the heck out of it, went for the platinum, and then decided I don't need to do a lot of PvP in this game. Something about it, just, I love the design of Bloodborne, but the PvP I wasn't too interested in for whatever reason. I was okay with Bloodborne just being my world as opposed to sharing it with everyone else, I guess. Dark Souls 2 is what... I PvP'd a lot in Dark Souls 1, but Dark Souls 2, though, is what got me to PvP and be a huge PvP nerd. Fighting as many players as I can. There were a lot of fun locations. There were some cool mechanics that allowed for, like, endless fight clubs, basically. There were some spells that allowed you to heal you and invaders and co-op partners as long as you stood inside of it. So if you summoned people over to do a quote-unquote fight club, I would be the host. I would summon 2 phantoms, they would fight each other, and then whoever won, I would heal. And I definitely did that for way too many hours, in addition to joining fight clubs myself, trying to see how long you can last. It was a good time. I really enjoyed PvP in Dark Souls 2, which is good because I strongly disliked the majority of Dark Souls 2. The DLC was pretty good. But yeah, the level design and world design and boss design even in Dark Souls 2 kinda disappointed me a lot. What the heck? I did not expect y'all to just come out of the ground like that with the same type of magic that they use. Similar to the effects of a golden rune. See, like, it's got gold, but it also's got like a black center, a black mass in the center. And this doesn't seem like holy magic to me. These things don't seem holy. A ritual pot. We don't have any of those yet. That's cool. Oh, we have 2 of them, in fact. My bad. I think what we don't have is any recipes that necessarily use them, perhaps? Actually, we might have found a few now. Yep. Beast Lore pot and Albinoric pot, in fact, which we've not been using either. Albinoric is used in PvP, or against people that heal, I suppose. Enemies that heal. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like, this doesn't scream out holy to me. Let's let this one live and see what kind of attacks it has. It's just not attacking. You're just not attacking? Okay. So it does have melee. Actually, it might have a very similar moveset to the uncloaked ones. The uncloaked ones had like a more of a lunge feralness to them. Whereas these ones, oh, you're new and gross, and you could teleport right behind me. Nothing personnel, kid. I thought that was a grab for sure. I just did backwards roll spam, and that attack pattern is specifically designed to punish that. Why has it got so many arms? Are you grafted? What's going on? One thing that I wonder, so we gotta work our way back over there. It's not even that far. We just kind of meandered. We didn't even deal with the other land squirts, now that I think about it. Godric the Golden used to be golden, but now he's Godric the Grafted, or was at least. There's a couple things as to, like, what caused him to become the Grafted, you know? He, used to be considered holy, but then we found a bunch of death root in his castle, particularly at the bottom section. I wonder if these things are also a symptom of death root. Let's pick up the souls. Pick up the souls real quick. This definitely is an enemy that's going to be tough for our greatsword to deal with. I almost tried the roll backwards ad infinitum strat. We power armored through that initial slash it did. The reason why I brought up Godric the Grafted is you see how many arms that thing had? But it didn't seem like it was quote-unquote grafted. For all we know, it could have been. But it does seem like, I don't know. It seemed like they were natural arms, if that makes sense to anyone. Like, it didn't seem like a prosthesis. That said, I didn't really look at the other grafted scions too hard. I was calling them grafted spiders before. I believe their name was actually grafted scion. Oh, we need to heal. If we do that, or we regret it. Yeah, like, we maybe should have let it live and looked at it a little bit more, but its arms were, you know, rather normal looking, despite having 4 of them. Found ourselves at my favorite location. Ascending Gate. It did say sorcery ahead and then be wary of necessary item. To me, that reads that we might find the glintstone key in that Sending Gate. So we'll definitely have to check that out sooner rather than later, probably. Question is, when? Oh, found ourselves. I knew there was going to be a cellar somewhere around here. Nothing down here. No trap ahead, but vision's a precious item. Let's see if that message is correct. No skill ahead. What does that mean? Wraith calling bell. So is this the bell I was wondering about? Because I was comparing it to our bell, but it definitely was not the same as our bell. In fact, it is not a key item, it's a usable item, I imagine. It's a tool. Is it? Is it at the top? Nope. It's not at the top. It's down here. Use FP to ring bell and calls prowling wraiths. Bell used by worshippers of revenants. Ring bell using FP to summon prowling wraiths. This can be done multiple times in a row. Wraiths are said to be vengeful spirits of those who died when cursed. When cursed. So, does Deathroot cause curse, perhaps? I kind of want to use it for fun. Look what happens if I just use it out of my inventory right here. Okay, so this is a wraith. Okay, so we got more information on what the golden spell's effect is. Grey Violet, I don't know if we've seen those. We must have. Surely those are just like the common name of those purple plants we find in the catacombs, right? Yeah, we just haven't seen them in a little bit. Okay. How much FP did that thing use anyway? 7? That's weird. That's a weird item. Kind of reminds me of some of the Bloodborne items. Because there wasn't a whole lot of magic in Bloodborne, but there were some items that kind of functioned as magic. Kind of want to go north and see this telescope now. We should also go south and see what those... Oh, there was a pile of land squirts that I decided not to deal with. Are these trees marked on the map, kind of? Just trying to determine if we've explored this section of the swamp. I'm leaning towards no. Lots of crystals here. See a crystal bud up ahead as well. So we definitely dealt with those men already before we died. Let's go back this way. Gonna be more crystal lizard enemies around here. This would be the location for them. Maybe they don't like being this far out into the swamp. Oh, there's one. There was one. How many souls these things even give? 42. Yeah, they just seem to be wildlife. Oh. I don't know how worth it is to be going around killing those crystal lizards. Okay, so they stopped marking trees on the map itself, but it's kind of green to indicate the forestry, I suppose. That horse rider is really easy to take care of when you're on the horse. I wonder how many other enemies are like that in this game. Surely they designed that on purpose. I don't really want to continue exploring this section, but I guess we're gonna do that for the moment. I like just how the horse pops up and the rider goes flying. Kind of leaning towards there being a whole lot of nothing going on here. As soon as we start seeing prawns, then I'll know exactly where we are. Yeah, I think this is the prawn trap up ahead that I'm thinking of. There's like 3 prawns in close proximity that I dealt with earlier. This one definitely will see me. I think this might be the spot too. Yeah, it is, definitely. Having a view over here. There's a prawn in the distance walking in the water. I feel like I saw an item over there, but the draw distance is messing with me. We checked out that veranda in the distance because it was close to the Academy Town pathway. So I guess I'm gonna meander back south and maybe we'll head to that land squirt section. We haven't even checked out that either, so we'll go check that out. And this building, I suppose. This collapsed ruin, which contains ruin fragments. Surprise. What's at the top, though? Always climb up these things, but is it worth it? Oh, we're getting sanctuary stones. I guess that's slightly better. Still don't really know what they do. Oh yeah, and we found an octopus, a land octopus. Let's go check out this veranda since we kind of encircled it, circumnavigated it by accident. What are the chances?
Hello?
I was gonna say undead just come out of here.
Over here.
Let's see what this lady has to say. Sounds similar to Roderica a little bit. Just having a look at the statue. Oh, why do you look so weird?
Right over here.
This feels like a trap. Something is off with this lady. She's got no eyebrows. That's what's off.
Please stop, brave Tarnished. You will only tire by striking this barrier. Besides, I am no foe of yours.
I didn't even try to attack it though.
Please, think this over.
Can I talk?
You have reconsidered.
What the heck? I didn't even try to attack you, lady.
Thank goodness.
I definitely have a precedent of trying to attack. But not this time.
It's rather chilly here, isn't it? My mistress sent me off on an errand, but I was accosted by a ruffian. And now I'm in a bind.
The literal bind?
Can I ask you lend a hand? Perhaps. That thug made off with a precious necklace. I need someone to retrieve it. Only, he too is tarnished.
Doing some tarnished hunting.
Confronting your own, I shall find another.
I'm afraid those qualms have gone out the window a long time ago.
Oh, thank you dearly. What a blessing that we've met like this.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say.
Merc should be resting at an abandoned home down the way. Please, I must have the necklace back.
Thug resting in an
The thug
abandoned
should be
home
Wesley's.
down the way. So what does that mean? Does down the way mean in the academy town? Does it perhaps mean in one of these buildings? I don't know. I looked at the clock and it actually is nearing that time where I should end the episode. I don't know if we're gonna play more tonight. Need to make some dinner. Let's go check out this telescope. Oh, we found Ray Lucaria. Again, rather low quality, detailed model, but it's still pretty majestic nonetheless. You can't really see anything with the swamp. Oh. I see someone up ahead. Is that Patches? I don't know how I want to end this video now. What are you? Oh, you're a demi-human chief. So there's more demi-humans over here. Over there's the Ever Jail. I think the land squirts are in this little area directly south of us. Got a big ruin section. And by ruined, I mean like, I don't even know. Mountainous section, I suppose. And it does just lead back into the swamp. It doesn't appear, well, there could be a path along the opposite side of the wall here, but I was hoping there was a path that led up into this church. I just realized now we can definitely see in there, and I think when I was in like very far south, I noticed the opposite side of this mountain was also hollow. So there's a whole hollowed out section underneath there that we can get to at some point. More trees and verandas and broken down churches. The Academy Town up ahead. This is going to be quite the section to explore. I don't even know where to begin. And by begin, I mean continue. Jeez. And we've only been really looking towards the west as well. I think it's because, I guess, we have explored a lot of the east. Yeah, basically this whole section. Until there somewhere. Yeah, right about there is where we stopped exploring. And we can't really make out anything from here anyway. Just the Erd tree in the distance, another church. Alright, well, enough of that. So what's the plan here? Let's remove this icon. Her name is Raya the Scout. Raya? Raya. It's gotta be Raya. Because Raya is the name of the town. I'm gonna go south. We're gonna have a look at that land squirt area. And then we might take the Sending Gate, and I might call that an episode. We'll see where the Sending Gate takes us. I might not even do anything after we find where it takes us. I might just use it and then end the video. Okay, let's deal with these land squirts. I did figure out that you can just do like a jump attack out of your mounting or dismounting of the horse, which is pretty cool. Can't tell if these gray ones are like special or if it's just like a lack of lighting. It must be a lack of lighting. So this is the little section. I don't even know if there's an item over here. Oh, there's an enemy up there though. Yeah, we took out this enemy and then I left. Okay, one way of dealing with that. I really don't like how this poison staggers you. At least it's unique to these enemies though. Not something you have to deal with throughout the whole game. Wow, I made an effort to go check out these land squirts. And there really was nothing over here. Check the other side of this wall just to be sure. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to leave a marker of a person here just to indicate we've not explored this, and I'll do the same over here and over here, just to know for my notes. Again, when I was playing Breath of the Wild, I was leaving markers everywhere, and I still kind of am. I'm now getting more back into the swing of leaving markers everywhere. Whoops, did not mean to dismount. Alright, let's go have a look at that sending gate and see what kind of hell we will be brought to. The Laskiar Ruins. Alright. Again, I don't really feel totally comfortable doing this. We did check out this as well. I'll remove that. But we're gonna do it. Let's see where we go. Travel to another location. Let's go, folks. It's me, Mario, jumping into a painting. Oh wait, that's the wrong game. Wait a minute. Why? Why are there two sending gates that send you the exact same place? The other one was like in a building over here. And then the Laskiar Ruins. That's so weird. I mean, sure, I guess it was like in the world they wanted a quick way to get to the Raya Lucaria, right? That would be like the lore, I guess. But this is a game world. That doesn't make sense in a gameplay sense to me, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll explore this town in the next episode and then head south from there. I don't know. We'll figure that out in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed watching. I very much appreciate it. So does Prattling Pate. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, folks.